Hey guys, and welcome to a special edition of Property News Update. I'm Brett Alegre-Wood and today is Friday the 8th of May 2015. So special election edition today, so it's all about the election. And obviously the results out now, the Conservatives have won. So for investors, landlords out there, that's great news. Okay, it's great news. If it had gone the other way to Labor, I probably wouldn't have been as happy. And believe it or not, I'm jumping around in my pants, the excitement, because pretty much what this means now for us is that it's, stay the course. We can get back into being confident about our investing. We're not worried about rent controls and all sorts of things that were threatened, mansion taxes and that. So I just want to have a look at the manifesto, and I'm actually going to do a much more detailed video for about 20 minutes. But this one's just a really brief outlook, so you can actually get an idea of what's upcoming and what's in their manifesto. If they do keep to the manifesto, because that's the other thing too, will they actually do it? But the good thing is they've won a majority government, and that is the key, because actually this is even better than we could have expected. Originally, what we potentially were thinking would be a hung parliament, and then they have to go into negotiation, and it could have been 6 weeks, 2 months before they actually decided and got somebody in there, and a party that could rule. And then there's all the concessions that happen with that, the coalition. It wouldn't have been pretty. What has happened now with a majority government, decisions can be made, there's some certainty, and that's great for business, that's great for jobs, that's great for everything, okay? So really, it's the best outcome that we could have expected. There isn't really a better outcome we could have. Maybe a bit more of a majority would have been great, but actually if you look at the turnaround, it's been sensational. Obviously it's not without its interesting points. Up in Scotland, I'm 25% Scottish, so it's an interesting thing, but literally I've never seen such a united country in Scotland, and they've done well to vote all Scottish National Party. Whether we agree with their policies or not, the fact is that everyone has voted for that particular party, and so that sort of coherence is unheard of these days. There's so much toing and froing in different parties and that sort of thing. So great news. Alright, so let's have a look at the manifesto. So the first thing is there's relief, okay? And what I mean by relief is we survived that one, we dodged that bullet. Jobs, they're going to focus on jobs, and that really is the key. I mean, we're coming out of the recession, and the reality is we're out of the recession now. Now we're building upon that. So 2 million plus jobs they're saying they're going to get, which is great, alright? And what the manifesto actually goes into, it goes into every stage of life, from being a kid, school years, first job, family, growing older, and retirement, okay? And it has something for everyone, which is great. And actually, having read the full 84 pages of it, actually twice, I read it when it first came out and I've read it again today, actually if they stick to this, it's a pretty good and sensible way of running the country. Now I know some people don't agree with that. Some people think the welfare side of things shouldn't happen and we should be giving away more. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think it's good for the country. We've got to get those people on welfare working, because there are a lot of lazy slobs that don't do anything and choose not to work. Those people, we need to get rid of that. So one of the key things too is the North and Midlands. He talks about building a powerhouse in the North and having the Midlands as being the engine of the economy. Fantastic. That's great for property prices up there, great for jobs creations, and great, and it's what we need. So much talk is centred around London. Actually, what we're getting now is a lot more up north, and that's great as an investor. So for the people that have bought up there, maybe had to wait out the recession. It's been a long recession, but I think we'll start to see the results. And pretty much what I've been saying for the last 2 years, that's coming back in the North and Midlands, and that is what's going to happen. So that's good news for their welfare. They're looking at making it harder to get on welfare and lowering boundaries. That's good news. Okay, the welfare state is not a good thing in the way it's run. Now look, I'm not saying that there isn't a need for it and there isn't a place for it, but the problem is the whole thing has been bastardised now, and all it does is takes huge amounts of capital and money out of the economy. Now the thing is, it takes it out, but also it allows so many people to be non-productive, and productivity is such a key element in a thriving economy. Okay, 200k starter homes. There's a real focus on getting people on the ladder, and I love this because we need people to be buying houses. We need people, because what that does, it gives them a place, it gives them financial independence, it gives them so much, everything. And this is one of the reasons I'm so passionate about property, and getting people on the portfolio. I'm more focused on the portfolio. I'm building multiple properties because from the retirement side, we need it. But what you need to do is start as early as possible, and so things like 200k starter homes, which will basically be 20% discounted off what the normal value is for a home in that area. Great news, okay? You've got the help to buy, which will be extended in 2020. So that's where people can actually get, effectively for 5%, they can get a property. Excellent thing. I've actually had quite a few people I know take advantage of that already. Sensational idea. Right to buy. This is where council tenants can actually buy their house. Fantastic. If you're going to get, as long as it's not a giveaway, as long as that people work for it, then great to do that. It's fantastic. Get people off the welfare and get them owning, and having ownership. Another good one is the inheritance tax. Okay, will be raised to $1 million. Okay, good news on that. That's what we want to see. These sort of things. It's great for international investors too. So just summarizing. Look, better the devil you know, and we know this devil. We don't agree with everything they do, but the reality is they're doing a pretty good job generally. You've got no rent controls coming in, which Labor was talking about. No mansion tax. House prices, I think, will go up. You'll see them. They're already going up anyway. Every month they're going up. It was another 1.3% this month in April. But they're going to now, if anything, they're probably being a little bit subdued. You'll see them growing even more. So confidence in buyers and sellers now. So you're going to see that actually things will really start to ramp up now, I think, a lot quicker than if we had a hung parliament. All right. For me, commuter belt, major cities, major towns, that's the real focus now. Yes, you've got London Zone 1 and 2 for long-term play. 3, 4, 5. But look at the places, look at the areas. I've got my 118 specific areas that I talk about. I'm doing all the research, so we're moving a lot more into the research side of things. So get in there, read that, have a look at those areas and see what I'm talking about right now. They're the areas you're going to be looking at. So guys, generally, pretty over. In fact, no, not generally. I am absolutely over the moon with this. It's fantastic. It's great as an investor to have that level of certainty now. And if you're an international investor, you're overseas, and you're listening to this, you can breathe a sigh of relief, sit down and have a beer and celebrate, because actually things are going to stay the same and probably get better now. Okay, because we've got the level of certainty for another 5 years of that level of certainty. Okay, so guys, have a great day, and remember, live with passion.